Welcome to a new episode of Two Guys, a Screen, and a Podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Max,
I'm Ramy.
and I want to welcome everyone to the new year. This is our first episode we're recording in the new year of 2025. Are you excited, Rami?
I'm super excited. We've been planning this for a while.
Yeah, we've actually been doing this show audio only for a while, but we're transitioning to that video podcast scene. So this will be our first episode that's getting released. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm excited. And just as a disclaimer, we are not experts by any means. We're just two guys chatting about movies because we like movies, we like shows, and we just want to share what we talk about just in this podcast. So give us a like and subscribe to our channel, and let's just talk.
Rami, do you remember when we what like why we decided to start this podcast?
I mean, I feel like it's because we just were talking about Marvel, maybe, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. I
It's
think it
it's
was
because we talk about it so much. We talk
yeah.
about movies.
Yeah, I think we were talking like multiverse of madness or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And
Marvel.
some coworker was listening to us like, "Hey, you guys are kind of interesting. You should start a podcast." Or
Yeah.
Rami had already been doing a podcast, by the way.
Oh man, don't remind me. That will never see the light of day. It's buried somewhere.
But yeah, we started this. We're excited. We're 2 years in,
Kind of,
and
yeah.
we're starting this new venture with the video side. So I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, we're gonna stick with it. If you guys want us to talk about something specific, we like to talk about something that's just released in a way, but at the same time we're flexible. So let us know. We just want to
Yeah,
talk.
yeah. And so it's been a few weeks since we talked, Rami. So what's going on new with you with the new year? I mean, we've been
Oh
on
man,
break. Obviously, we've been on vacation and stuff. Things have been going on. What's new with you? What's going on?
like in life, let's see what else. So I was in Virginia. Just got back. Just came back to from Virginia, and I'm gonna be going to Boston at some point soon. But that's about it. With the new year, finally Christmas is over. I love Christmas. Don't get me wrong, but it was exhausting this year.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Uh,
Christmas time is not a relaxing time at
yeah,
all. No,
yeah. What about
at
you?
all.
What's new with you? What's going
Oh,
on?
new hobby, pickleball. Gonna be
Oh, look at
playing some
you.
pickleball. Yeah,
You know,
I heard you play.
we have the rackets here, and we
Yeah,
have a
okay.
ball.
You got some paddles. All
But
right.
in the summer in Florida, it's just brutal. So
Okay.
you don't ever go out in the summer. Right now in January, it's a good time to go out and play. But
All right. Well, maybe we'll meet up sometime. We play
we
some
need to.
pickleball.
We need
Then we
to.
can
I
talk
need to
about
kick your butt.
it.
Hey, I've been playing pickleball. I believe on the Switch. It's actually
Really?
you
You
can
can
do it
play?
sitting
There's
down.
pickleball on the Switch.
Yeah, well, it's not pickleball. I feel like it's badminton. Close enough. I mean,
Okay.
same.
I know like Wii Sports had
Yeah,
tennis. I didn't know anyone had
they have
pickleball.
badminton too.
Oh, okay.
So I've been
All right.
practicing for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll have to
kick your
link
butt.
up and then I'll kick your butt.
Yep.
But all right. Well, I guess we should get to our first review. So one thing that's been extremely popular right now was the release of Netflix's second season of Squid Game.
Squid Games. Squid Games.
Yeah, if you can't tell, Rami
I'm
has
in
been
love,
counting down
man.
the days since the beginning of the year when they announced
Oh my god.
the release of season
I've
two.
been waiting
So
for it for years.
yeah, I
What,
wouldn't be surprised if you had like a countdown tracker on your phone.
dude? You have no idea. You could ask my wife. I've been telling her it's 10 days away. It's 9 days away. Something like that. The first season was how many years ago?
Two,
It.
I think.
No, I feel like it was three. It was. Was it during December or November, something like this, of 2021? It wasn't during COVID, kind of.
Let's see. September of 2021.
Okay, so it's been a good
Been yeah,
3
it's been 3
years.
years. And I think that's because, like, they didn't expect it to kinda take off like it did.
Yeah, but it took
Um,
off real quick. I wanted
it
to have
did,
a
it
second season right away. I don't know what they
yeah.
were planning for. I mean, as we saw, it's. I mean, I'm sure the story they wanted it to to develop, but still, 3 years
Yeah,
is
I
a long
mean,
time. Netflix.
yeah, it was interesting because it's like they obviously filmed the season and ended season 1 with the intention of doing a season 2, but I
Hmm.
don't think they necessarily knew it was gonna be this, like, big
Big hit
worldwide phenomenon
for
kinda
sure.
thing where, they probably were just like, "Okay, it'll take, like, 3 years to do the 2nd season, and it'll release." Like, it was,
We know
it's
that they
I mean,
shot
the
the second
first
and the third at the
yeah,
same time.
they shot both seasons, and we'll kind of get into why, uh, so,
There's a why? I
there
actually
is a
don't know
why.
why.
There seems I think there's a why they filmed both seasons at once, but,
Yeah.
um,
Do you first of all, going into the second season, did you remember everything from the first season?
no. I will say I
Oh,
did not remember everything. I was actually lucky. I watched it with a buddy of mine who, remembered a little bit more, and he actually watched all of season 2, for before I watched it
okay.
with him. So, he was actually, like, in town visiting, so
Mm.
we watched it because he was like, "You need to watch this," and
For me, it's because I watched season 1 so many times. At that point, I'm like, "Okay, I know who everyone is, I know what's going on." But I will have to say, Max, the names are hard.
they
Like,
are. I will
outside
be
from
honest,
Thanos, give me 3 names.
yeah, other than in all honesty, I probably can't tell you a single name other than Thanos.
So we'll go with
Um,
numbers, kind of.
yeah.
Like, you just tell me the number or the description of that character going
Yeah, I
forward.
don't even know if I could tell you numbers.
Hong Kong. I actually don't know. I don't want to say that. The main guy. I think his name is Song.
It,
I don't know.
yeah, what's it?
Uh,
Giyun is his
what?
nickname.
What is it?
Giyun.
Dune.
Giyun.
Giyun. Okay. Okay.
Giyun. Yeah. His first name's Song, I think, but
Okay. I
he
remember
goes by
Song.
Giyun.
Okay. Okay.
So I guess we can get right into it. So did you think how did you like it how it started? I mean,
How it started, like first
yeah.
episode, second
Yeah.
episode type of thing, because it started off different. It started off where we left off, in a way,
Yeah.
kind of.
Kind of.
I
It took
thought the first
there
episode
was a
was
time jump.
phenomenal. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
If we're just talking first episode, because you're building up on what we left off from Song and what happened to him after he should have gotten on that airplane, like everybody's telling him. What about you? What do you think?
No, I thought it was a great way to start it. I was not expecting a 2-year jump. The 2-year time lap or
It made
time
sense,
jump.
though. It
It
made sense.
did, and they kind of explained it, and the reason why is because like, since the games are so
Hmm.
big and stuff,
Hmm.
I guess there is kind of like
And
a
he
2-year
aged a
gap,
little bit. The main
right?
character, he aged a little bit, so it made sense they did do that. They did the 2 year jump, and I
Um,
appreciated it. I
yeah, I mean, he aged a little bit, but, like, I mean, it's movie magic, right? They don't
true, true.
you
They
don't
wanted
have
it to
to
be realistic in a way.
but, I think the real reality is that the time jump made sense because it takes a lot in order for them to put
Mhm.
on the games, so, it seems like the
I
games
think
happen
there
every
was
2
2 games
years.
before. I think it's a game a year,
You think
right?
it's per year?
I think it's a game a year, and someone could correct us if they know the answer. I think it's a game a year. I think he just didn't find the character, the I don't know, the suit guy.
The
I don't
suit
know what
guy,
his
yeah.
name is.
The
We're
brief
gonna call him
the
Suit Guy.
Dachi guy, right?
Yeah, he's a great character, by the way. He grew on me.
Oh, yeah, he might be the best character of the show.
Yeah, and that scene in the second episode, whenever he went to him and they did the Russian roulette, and that scene whenever he told him that quote, "Shoot, you could shoot me, but you forever be I don't know, you forever be looking for." He told him a quote, and then the other way around, he flipped the quote around. That was pretty cool. I was like, you
Yeah.
should just shoot him, screw the morals, just shoot him.
I will say, like, Giyun has, as a character, has developed significantly between the 2 seasons. Like, this
Well,
is a
obviously.
completely different person than we
Hmm.
knew in season 1. Because in
Hmm.
season 1, it's like he was kinda like, aloof, like, kind of childlike when in the games. Obviously, that changed throughout the games, but, like, I would even say he's more different than how the season ended in season 1.
I agree. I agree. I mean, how you remember that picture whenever they take the picture, it's all over Facebook. Whenever he's smiling like this for the first season, and the second season he's super serious, and you can
Mhm.
just tell the transition in his personality is massive. And people are saying this is knowing versus not knowing you're happy, and knowing you're not happy.
Yeah.
um but I will have to say the first two episodes, I mean, so he had so much money. We saw that. And he was throwing that money out at everything. He just, how did he not able was able to plan everything? He put the thing in his tooth. He tracked the cars. He hired the right people, and they still didn't find him. I
Yeah.
mean, really, you couldn't. I don't know. I feel like it could have been better, or maybe this is the show just slapping us and telling us they know everything. But I don't know. Like you hired
Yeah.
so many people.
Yeah, no, it is crazy. Like, he went through such lengths to try to track down where the games were being played. Even the cop had been searching the islands around for 2 years straight, um,
But the
which
cop, they
then leads
kind of,
to a big it leads
yeah,
to a big reveal. Like,
yeah. The cop had there is something there. The
yeah.
the boat guy is I mean, he seems like he's with them.
I mean, he always rubbed
I
me.
suspected it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it was intentional, but I was like, since, like, the first time you talk to him, you see him, it's just you're like, "There's something off about this guy." Like, he knows more than
Yeah,
he's giving
but
on.
the cop and his thug friends or whatever, they were so useless in this season. They did
Yeah.
nothing,
Yeah,
nothing
it was like
useful.
it really was like, what was the point of all that? But I'm sure it's because it's
Yeah.
gonna
They're
lead into
building up,
season 2.
and in a way, this is what I don't like about this season. They're building up too much so I'm assuming the last season is going to be the best season, but come
Is
on,
season
give me
3 the
some.
last season?
What now?
Is season 3 the last season?
Yeah, it's
So
they
it's
said
only
it.
3.
There's no more. It's which I respect it. They're
Yeah.
not gonna drag it. I'm assuming they could do spin-offs on it. You could, I don't know. You could show us the old games and how they were, or maybe number one, whatever his name is, his history. I thought he was in the games at some point. You could show his story. There's just so much you could do with spin-off wise, but I think yeah, season three is it. They're gonna finish the
Yeah.
story, which
It
is great.
Which is good, like, but, this is where I have one big gripe, and this is probably a
What?
spoiler. I did not like how the season ended.
Season two?
Yeah,
Obviously, season two.
because it felt like it ended in the middle of the story.
So what? I'm close to where you're headed there. So it ended because season three is right to follow. In
Yeah,
season one, yes, they had a little hopes to make another season, but they finished the whole story in a way. They
yeah,
finished an arc of the story, a big arc of the story. It was 9 episodes. This one was 7 episodes, but you got through 3 games, and I just thought they could have put more games in there. I wanted more games in there. I think that's the whole story anybody watches. Instead, you put more voting in. The whole voting, you could have decreased one of the voting or something, and you could have added a game. The way it
yeah.
ended, I just don't know if it's, are they gonna continue the games at this point or what?
I think they will.
They're gonna
Um,
have to.
I
I
do
mean,
think they will. It just, like, why I didn't like it, it felt more like a part 1 and part, like, that was the end of part 1 instead,
mhm.
which knowing now, like they finished season 3, it's like they really did film it like it was season 2, part 1, part 2, but
Yeah.
instead of calling it season part 1, 2,
To be
part
fair,
1,
they
part 2, it's
probably
season
didn't
2,
know
season
when to end this season and to go
yeah,
on to the. They probably had all the material in front of them. They were like, okay, where are we gonna cut it?
yeah,
So they just picked that point. Um,
and
I'm with you there.
yeah, yeah, and I do agree, like, a lot of the voting scenes were dragged out and could have been cut down to just a couple of minutes, like,
Give me
it
more games. I
yeah,
mean,
like
or let me live with the game. My best game, obviously, and there weren't too many. Was the musical na 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 na
yeah.
na 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 na. Dude, it's stuck in my head. It's all you know the music when they're like turning around. It's like the
Yeah,
musical chairs of rooms.
yeah,
So it's a musical chairs, but not really. It's with rooms. I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was the
mhm.
best episode, and I was tense for it. The other games, green light, red light. You have one, which is the basic, and then the other one with the. I mean, that one is hard too, but I like the ones with emotions.
Yeah.
The emotions
Or
that
there's, like, that suspense of, like, it may not work out, like,
or
and
who's gonna die, who's gonna stay, who's gonna die, and how they're gonna die. If you remember in season one, I think his name was Ali. I think was it Ali or something like that. The guy who got tricked by the guy that went to Seoul University or whatever. He got tricked. He was wearing the thing. It's just it was too emotional. Let's put it that
mhm,
way. They introduced a lot of emotions, and they tried to do that with his friend Song the 456. They tried to do with his friend, but I just don't know how much of a connection I had with his friend. I feel like it wasn't 100% there yet. I think they
okay.
should have just stayed a little bit longer. Like you could tell the guy and the mother, they're gonna kill one of them or maybe both of them. You could just tell. But his friend, they wanted you to feel like that emotion with like, oh, my friend died. No, we like this character. But I feel like give us a little longer screen time with him.
Yeah, like, I know they tried to make it emotional when he gets shot at the end, right? But it's
Yeah.
like, I kinda was like, I'm not, like, that attached to that character.
Season 1 was fire on this stuff. He it was
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember the characters. They you were super attached to all of them. You did not want anyone to die. I'm not saying I wanted anyone to die except for Thanos. Speaking of Thanos, let's talk about
let's talk yeah, let's talk about Thanos.
dude. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna start this off. You're gonna hype this character up as the bad guy, equivalent to season one bad guy. There was a bad guy there, but he died
Yeah.
such a dramatic. The girl she hugged him, and they were on the glass, and then they jumped, and then they jumped off. It was very dramatic and stuff. This guy died with a fork. A fork. You hyped him all up, and he was all this bad guy, and you kill you leave them the good people, which I get. You kill them with a fork. That's it. So
But then the question is he actually the bad guy, or is he kind of, uh
who's not the bad guy, but they
I
want to
think,
save him.
honestly, I think what they were setting up is the real bad guy of this games is that other guy,
What, number one?
his his friend. No, the friend of Thanos.
Uh, really? I mean, they were all kind of not the nicest people, but
But they weren't like season 1 bad guy.
or could it be
Like,
the
I
the,
agree with that.
the crypto guy?
I don't know. I don't think
Yeah,
it's the
I don't
crypto
think it's the
guy.
crypto guy.
I think it's the friend of Thanos because, they ended the season when the first fight, like the fight breaks out, where they realize you can kill people in order to
Hmm.
raise the pot, right? Right.
Hmm.
So Thanos died from that. He was the first one to die,
He was the first, but you could have
but then
couldn't you have saved him a little bit?
yeah, you
If he's
probably
the
could
main.
have, but then the other guy is the one who killed a bunch of people.
True, true.
And I think he might have he's gonna lose his mind a little bit.
If he hasn't already.
And
I
then
mean,
also they're kind of setting up this shaman woman to be significant in the next season.
does she foresee the future or something? That's what I'm
I think
thinking.
it's
Even though she
all.
was
I
super
think she just.
afraid with the, so she has more to hide. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she just is lost her mind. I think
Also,
she's
I'm
a little
thinking
crazy.
like, so they have a pregnant lady on the on the game. I'm
Yeah,
thinking, are they really gonna kill her? I mean, are they gonna have the heart? The only show that had the heart to do something like this was Game of Thrones. But at this
yeah.
point, Game of Thrones was just off its head. It's doing random things. I don't know if this show has the guts. So what my assumption is, they're gonna save these people before any of that happens. I think they could go two more games in, and maybe at the last game something will happen. Maybe the cops will find them. There's no way they're gonna
Well,
kill the pregnant lady.
yeah. Well, it's like the question is do you think they get saved, or
Do
do
I
you
think
think
what?
one person wins?
I don't think this game will go through. I
You
just
don't
don't
think
think
this is
it's
gonna
gonna
finish?
finish. Did you hear the rumor DiCaprio is gonna be on the next season? Did
No,
you not
I
hear
don't
that
believe
rumor?
that. I don't believe that.
I don't know. So
There's no
so
way.
there's reports and it's a rumor out there, a hot take if you haven't heard it, that DiCaprio is going to be in the next season, and if he is, he's probably going to be one of, the rich Western guys that sit behind the scenes
Hmm.
that wear the mask.
One
He's
of the
probably
donors.
going to be one of those if he is on. But I just don't know. I mean, when did you last see DiCaprio on the show? But it is Squid Games.
I feel like it's fake news.
I don't know. I think it's a real news, but we'll see. Rumors never lie. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Rumors never lie.
So it's funny you didn't like Thanos because my buddy he loved Thanos.
I
Thanos
liked
was his favorite
Thanos.
character.
I thought he was an idiot.
He was.
He was one of those characters. You see him on the screen, and you're like, you're pissed off. You don't like. Yeah, he's a bully. He's the bully of the season. I
Yeah.
thought, but then you killed him so easy. So, and you didn't really have a lot of sacrifices. Really, all the big characters. Who did you sacrifice so far? Aside from Thanos, you sacrificed his friend,
Yeah.
number
You
one's
also
friend.
had what
Who else?
uh
I,
the one girl, Minsu.
which one is Mensu? What number?
Minsu, she really wasn't a significant part, but she was part of the other group with the father or the mother and son group.
Hmm.
She died during the carousel thing because she got
Oh,
knocked
okay,
over and
okay,
didn't
okay.
get
I,
into
I
the.
think I know what you're talking about. When, yeah, yeah. Season one. I mean, they killed off everybody, but you had like this, you were tied with everybody, and it was way more detailed. So we'll see. I think this season is definitely a setup for next season, which I don't know if I necessarily like it, but
Yeah.
give us a
What do
chance.
you think of the change to the games where they added the voting in between every game? I think it added a psychological level to the game that the first
Sure,
season didn't have.
but I mean, they took a lot of time from the show itself, from the games, to do
No,
this.
I agree. They dragged out the voting,
Yeah.
but I'm just talking about the structure of the
The
game,
structure,
adding
I
voting
liked
in
it. When
between.
I first heard about it, I was like, huh, that's smart, because you are playing, and now you're introducing, if you kill somebody from them, the game could end or whatever. And what do you think of them putting number one in, the guy with the black mask?
Yeah, so it makes me wonder, like, if number 1 is always an an
Like,
inside
just
guy.
to just to just to play for fun, I guess.
Yeah, and
Maybe
it's because that's what I mean, the first
that's what
season was the
happened.
same, right?
Hmm.
Um, I don't know, like, I he's a good character, and it seemed like he was starting to connect with, uh, uh, what's his name? Giyun. and like they were actually becoming friends. But then they just kind of like it felt like he developed and was like, "Hey, maybe this is bad." And then, the
At
last
some point,
episode
you could
comes
see,
around and he just like flips it off
yeah,
and he's like,
you
"Okay,
could
now
see
I'm
his
gonna."
genuine happiness in in the first game or the second game. Whenever they were like 1, 2, 1, 2,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
they're
I really am curious if like his character development during the games comes back up in season 3 and it prevents him from doing something he normally would do.
I wonder, did he kill? Did he not intentionally mean to kill his brother? I mean, he didn't kill him. Did he intentionally not want to kill him? I think so, because he could have just shot him anywhere. He shot him right here,
I mean, you think so? Because it's like
but you don't
the
know.
what his brother went through. Like no one should have like even if you meant to not kill him, and then he falls off the cliff, and then he's in the ocean. Yeah, he had to have like he would have died. Like there's no reason he
True, but
survived that.
there, as I know, watch it. I'm sure there is a twist at the end of this of next season, and this is just a prediction. Watch him be like, have you watched Naruto before?
I have, yeah,
You have?
yes,
If you haven't, or if you have, Sasuke, his brother, that we all thought he was the bad guy, and at the very beginning of the first of Naruto, we thought he was the bad guy who killed his whole clan. But later on,
yeah.
you find. Sorry if this is a spoiler if you haven't watched it. It's your fault. And you find he's actually the good guy. Who liked his brother. I wonder if that's what they're trying to do at the end of this. I
But it
don't know.
wouldn't make any sense because who at this point, who is that guy reporting to? I mean, the guy
So
who started the
the
games
guys
is
with the mask,
dead. He pretty much has all the power.
the actual people that pay to watch this.
Yeah, but they don't
Kind
know
of.
who he is.
What now?
They don't know who he is.
True. Maybe he's trying to uncover everything. I don't know. Um, Now some of the characters that we haven't been introduced to much. You know the guy with the sick kid? I cannot
Oh
remember.
yeah, where
In the
the
park. So at some point I forgot he's even in the games. It was every now and then I see him. I'm like, oh yeah, this guy is still in here. I don't know how they're gonna use him. And I thought maybe they were gonna. So the lady who's wearing
yeah,
the
number
pink suit,
11, the soldier 11.
yes, Soldier 11. At some point, gonna be like an interaction with them, like she's
Yeah.
gonna have to kill him or something. That's what I'm thinking. But they didn't do that yet. It would have been smart to give us something this season. I mean, you gave us a few games. It's just you could see this is they're just prepping you for next season. That's all.
Yeah, that I agree. It felt like there was no resolution, and they were
Mhm.
just setting up a bigger thing in the next season. Like
Which
the rebellion they had
Mhm.
in the last episode felt like it was going somewhere, and then it just completely gets stumped, and it was just a big lead up to get his Sigu. Oh my
His
god,
friends.
what is it? Giyun's friend's
Yes.
death. Like
Yes.
that was just a lead to that.
Yes. And
And
you have so much
actually, and
unopened book.
all pretty much all of Giyun's allies were killed,
Mhm.
um, except I think
The
the
soldier guy.
couple the two that stayed in
Mhm.
the who went
Well,
back.
if you
The
count the
two
guy
went
and his
back to
mother as
the
well.
what?
If you count the guy and his mother,
I don't count him because he didn't go. But yeah, I mean he's still it went from like there was
yeah.
like 12 of them to now there's 4.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Um,
I'm looking forward. I mean, they could have given us more. I'm looking forward to, there's a lot of unopened doors.
yeah.
Like number 11, the soldier number 11, with this guy, knowing she knows about his kid and all. We haven't seen the brother and the brother yet again. There's just so much still unopened. The guy and
Well,
his mother from the games,
yeah.
one of them's gonna die.
They also kind of revealed more about like the soldier side of the games, right? Like,
They did that
but
first season though. You're
but
forgetting.
the only thing that's different was, you know, it was the cop who infiltrated. them. So it's like he wasn't privy of all the like details of how you become a soldier. So I'm still kind of
I didn't know
lost
that.
on
Yeah,
like because the soldiers are picked by the Dachi game, right? So if you
I
it depends on if
are
you
they?
pick blue or red, right? I thought that's what
Exactly.
we learned
No, I
from the
think that's
first
a rumor
season.
though. I don't think that's been confirmed. I don't know how they're getting selected, honestly.
Hmm.
Because what? How are they gonna? Sure, they're gonna. You get determined like this, but how are they gonna force you to kill somebody? I mean,
Well, that's what I mean. It's like if it's set by the Dachi, okay, how do you get the people who get chosen as a soldier?
yeah,
Like, how do they? Yeah, how do you get them to participate?
yeah. And the lady from North Korea, the lady that worked in number 11, soldier number 11, um, you can tell she's a seasonal. I think she goes and comes, or comes
Hmm.
and goes. You know,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, she was. She did have that meeting with her superior, and he said that he recruited her because, but he's on the other side of that, he's running a secret operation within the games
Yeah, that's
to
also
make
since
some side money.
the first one, and I think maybe that's where their cover is gonna be blown from that side because I don't know yet because they come up with with the organs and stuff. Maybe I don't know, but
Mm.
how are they gonna find this island? How are they gonna finish this whole thing? I'm gonna be interested. I'm assuming everybody's gonna die. Um, but we'll see. I
Right.
just wish it was more traditional game, and in a way, I wish none of that last sequence happened with the guns and all that. In a way, it came out with nothing. It added nothing. You just killed one more, and I think they just wanted to get to that, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, do you want my too early prediction?
Go for it.
Way
I
too
love it.
early predict. I think the cops are gonna find the island because of the Oregon black market thing.
Okay, good
Because
observation.
that's a common, like a regular like thing that's going in and out of the island that even the like donors and the high class don't know what's going on. So
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to intercept like one of the boats or something that is transporting organs to the
That could
mainland.
be because one
And then
mistake usually is what cost a team the I
yeah,
don't know something.
unless
What?
Mr. Boat Guy is the smuggler.
Oh, he probably knows where the island is.
I
That's
mean,
a
he
good
does
one.
know. I think we can assume he knows where the island is. He works for
Oh,
them.
definitely.
'Cause he's trying to sabotage the search.
It's all very interesting. I am interested to see what the next season when it's gonna come out, but I do know it's gonna come out. I heard multiple dates. I heard December. I heard summer.
Well, they
So
already announced it.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're
Did you see the small teaser with it's like a couple of seconds. The doll, you know, the red stop, green stop, and then there's a guy doll
yeah.
with the so it's not long or by any means, but it's a teaser. And they
Mhm.
do say 2025. So at least they confirmed that.
Yeah, I heard December 2025. I thought that's what they announced.
It could be. I did not hear December. It would
Oh,
make sense. I mean, this season was December, next season would be December.
well, it says the editing portion of season 3 was nearly done in November of 2024. So the season is pretty much done. Like,
I'm
it's
sure
ready
they
to
have
release,
their own
so
calculation of when to release something and how much success you could get. I'm sure they want to maximize that. So I don't know, but I am looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it ending because I like something to end. The longer it stays, the more mistakes you're bound to make.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I actually, according to Forbes,
Yeah, Forbes just it's just
Netflix
rumors.
Korea briefly had a video go live that didn't just have the 2025 release date, but a specific date, June
What?
27th.
Ooh. Do you think they
So,
could do like a two-part type of thing? Yeah, they could. with the last
I
season.
I mean, they could, but I
Okay.
mean, to find out that the season was pretty much all ready to release by the end of this year or by
Yeah.
the end of 2024. I don't they're not gonna wait a whole year to release that. It's
Maximizing your profits. I mean, it's
yeah.
the most watched show, I think, on Netflix's history.
Is it?
So
I
I think so.
I
I think
guess so. I mean, what a it's nah, is it surpassed Stranger Things?
I believe so, dude. Nobody
Well, it is
remembers
it
Stranger Things. Do
that
you
is a
remember
lie.
Stranger Things?
Everyone remembers Stranger Things.
No one
It's
remembers Stranger Things.
everyone remembers Stranger
Oh my
Things.
god!
I
Guess
think
what?
it
Next,
what?
the last season of Stranger Things is in 2025. Guess what? They have their own kids now. They're like gonna be super tall. They're taller than me and you. All right, they're full grown, like with a beard. The guy's gonna come in, mom, and he's gonna like have a beard. You're gonna see. No one remember. Who remembers Stranger Things
I do. Everyone remembers Stranger
aside from
Things.
Max?
Hey, we're getting the final season, so be excited.
Yeah, after what 20? What, dude? I remember watching the first season of Stranger Things. I want to say I was in college. I graduated college 11 years ago, Max. 11. I'm old. Okay,
Yeah.
so last season,
You know how long Game of Thrones was going on?
Game of Thrones had season after season, year after
No,
year.
it didn't. No, it didn't.
How many seasons was it? What season is
After
it
I think
in
after
Stranger Things?
season 5, they released a season every 2 years.
Game of Thrones is different. Okay, they weren't kids to grow up. They it was different production. It was different. Although the last two seasons, as we know, weren't. But when they were releasing every year, it was going good. Everything was peachy. What season is this? Tell me. What season that?
Season 5.
What in Stranger Things season
Yeah,
5?
season 5.
I've gotten so
It's the
confused with it.
final season.
Thank God. Let's just end this, okay?
It's so good. I don't know
Let's
why
just
you
end
want it to
this.
end.
Who else? Please comment below and tell us who else wants Stranger Things to end.
Hey, it doesn't matter. I want it to keep going,
I want it
so
to end.
it should keep going.
It should end. Just
I don't
put
know
a
why
little
you
bit
hate
out there.
Stranger Things. It's so good.
It was good, but you lost me after your stay for years and years and years to give me a season or give me a few episodes.
It's just
You
because
waited.
it's like a high production show. I mean, they got great CGI.
You
Like,
waited
it's so
last year.
good.
You waited for a very long time, and then you give me a season, and then you're waiting for 2 more years or whatever, and give me another season. Just
But
give
the
me.
new you have heard
You'll
about the
forget
new
about this
season,
stuff,
right?
man. What?
The new season, every episode is about 2 hours.
Just end it, Max. Just end it. What else? Season two of Wednesday is coming up in 2025.
Have they yeah, I guess that's coming out
To
soon,
be
yeah.
fair, I did not watch the first season, but
Why not? It's
I
good.
watched
You
the
should
second.
watch it.
I will whenever the second season comes out. That way I could just
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
It gave me somewhat of like a Sabrina the Teenage Witch vibe,
Hmm.
when Netflix remade that, and that was a good show.
I heard
Uh,
good things. I just watched the first two episodes, and I don't know why it fell off my TV list. It just I will go back and watch it though. That's my fault.
okay.
And Severance. I don't know if you've watched it even.
I haven't. I haven't
Boo.
watched it yet.
Season two is coming out soon. Well, obviously it's Apple, so it's two episodes or one episode a week type of thing. It's gonna
Yeah.
take forever, just like Silo, but it's okay. I'm still grinding with Silo.
I, I'm not I haven't watched Silo yet. I mean, I started it, but I'm in the middle of it. But, I actually started watching, Dexter again,
Ugh.
because,
The whole show, like from the
uh
beginning.
well, at least the beginning. We're in the 1st season because my wife hasn't seen it,
I haven't
and,
seen it. But
it's a good show. It is a good show. It's one of the best shows of all time.
I'm not a serial killer type of guy.
Well,
Just
yeah,
season
but
two.
it's still one of the best shows of all time.
Okay, fair. What else that we know of? Dude, we're gonna have to make like best TV the shows that we watched last year and movies because I have plenty. I think last year was a great TV show wise, and I think movie wise it was meh.
Yeah, movie wise, it was meh. It seemed like a off year. I mean, you still had some great movies like
Mhm.
Dune 2, but yeah, it was not a great year for like the silver screen. There's a
I
lot
think
of good
shows
shows.
wise, Apple TV has done phenomenal, and
Yeah, there's
we're
a lot
gonna
of good
talk more about
shows.
this.
A lot of good shows. I think there's some movies coming out. I still need to see Nosferatu that just came out
Same.
Christmas week. I've heard good things about that.
Just give it a week;
Um,
it'll be on streaming.
yeah,
Who's going to that
okay.
now?
And then Universal's Wolfman is coming out in a couple of weeks.
The heck is Universal's Wolfman? Like their
It's
character Wolfman, the guy from their haunted houses?
yeah, like the Wolfman, like one of
Uh,
their classic monsters. They're doing
oh,
like
okay.
Universal's going through this kind of reimagining thing with all their classic monsters. So the first one they did, well, the first attempt was The Mummy with Tom Cruise.
Oh,
That didn't
boo.
do very good. And it was supposed to set up this like Marvel universe for like Universal monsters. That flopped. Universal canceled that, but they didn't necessarily cancel their reimagining of their monsters. So then a couple years later, The Invisible Man came out, which was like the first official movie they
Mm,
did for it. And that was a great movie. It was a very
I heard.
self-contained
I remember.
reimagining of The Invisible Man. It was phenomenal. It was very good. So then this is the next installment of that
You know
because
what worries me is
they
it's
did a
coming out.
Dracula movie, but
I don't think.
I don't think it was part
What
of that.
worries
I think
me,
it was a
this is
different
coming
studio.
out in January, and you
Yes,
know
that
what
is worrisome.
quality
That's
movies
that's
we
what
get,
a lot of people have been saying. They're like normally movies, horror movies specifically that get released in January are not expected to be good.
except one. I remember Megan.
Megan and
Megan got January
Scream,
release. I remember it was 2 years ago. I want to say,
yeah, and
maybe
Scream. Scream
maybe
had
last year.
the Scream reboot had a January release,
So
and that did great.
yeah,
So
so we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna be. I mean, we're gonna be updating everybody on what to watch, what not to watch. Obviously, I'm a bit harsh than Max. Max likes Wolfman. I don't.
I do have news for you, Rami. I don't
What?
know if you heard this. This is Batman news. Did you hear that the Batman got postponed again?
I did actually hear that. Yes.
But
What next year?
yeah, it got postponed to
Seven, actually.
2027, I
What?
think. Yeah, 2027.
So
Very
long.
sad. It's very sad. But there's some good news. So originally the DC universe was setting up to do two different Batman. So you had the Robert Pattinson Batman within
Mhm.
the Matt Reeves universe. It was a standalone thing, and then they were gonna start a new Batman for James Gunn's DCEU universe, which we haven't mentioned it. The Superman trailer is awesome. It's
I did
so
watch
good.
it.
It looks
There's a
awesome.
lot that I
It
didn't
looks great.
understand, but I did watch it.
Yeah. So they were gonna have two Batmans going on at the same time. James Gunn's Batman, Matt Reeves Batman.
That's
There's some
confusing.
rumors, yes, that everyone was worried. How do you have two Batmans going on? There's been some behind the scenes discussions and some leaks have come out that potentially they're gonna axe James Gunn's Batman plan and they're gonna pull Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson Batman into the DCEU.
Whichever, I just want a good Batman and just make it quick, please.
Exactly. I mean, that's what everyone hopes is that it's good. The rumor is that Matt Reeves is going to get promoted, is getting promoted in DC to be uh like the creative head of Batman projects.
Okay.
So anything Batman related, Matt Reeves has to sign off on and approve.
Okay. Okay,
which
that's
was
good
the
news. I
only.
just don't like that they're gonna push it for a couple years. That's not
Yeah,
a good sign. But
yeah. I think it makes sense that they're looking at making this move. It makes me curious how it's going to all fit into
yeah,
this James
I
Gunn
would
universe.
assume
But
I would assume there's gonna be another show like The Penguin as well. I mean, you can't just wait 2 years with nothing.
I mean, they've been
There
room.
could be.
There's a they greenlit a Clayface show. So I
Okay,
don't know. I don't know if that's supposed to come out before or after Batman 2, but we'll see.
we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it, but I don't want to wait. We'll see.
But
But
it also changes, if this is true, it changes the trajectory of Robert Pattinson's Batman, where Robert Pattinson's Batman was supposed to remain grounded, like not get into the
the,
supernatural
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, it's the
Um,
beginning of the Batman. Like it's just the very, very beginning. I think.
yeah, and
If
so
you remember
we'll
the first
see
movie,
if
he was
that.
getting hit.
Yeah, so we'll see if that means like, okay, is some of these more fantastical characters like the traditional Clayface? Because when they announced Clayface, everyone thought it was going to be like uh, kind of a guy with a clay mask instead of like the traditional big clay monster that can look like anybody. Um,
Mm.
so it makes you wonder: is it going to go into that where it's like this big trans like transforming monster, or is it going to be uh, just a guy wearing a clay mask?
We'll see. I'm all looking forward to it. But please, 2025, give us good movies and good shows.
I'm
Because
excited. I think this is going to be a good year.
I think
I
next
think it's
year is
going to
going
be
to be
good.
the year. But this year, we'll see. I
I
still don't
think
know how
this
many
year
titles.
I honestly think this year we're going to start seeing the some improvement because we're now kind of far away from COVID. I think last year a little bit
The
of the
strike.
problem was COVID
Mhm.
and the writer strike too.
So
So I do think this year we're going to see some back to normalcy for
some big
the
titles
movie
are
industry.
coming out. I know Mission Impossible is coming out this year.
Yeah,
I was looking forward.
Final
I don't
Reckoning.
think Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is coming out till next
No,
year. Yeah.
yeah,
Dude, that's
I
not.
think next year.
They are
I don't even
promising.
know if it's. I don't think they've announced it yet when they're
Uh,
releasing it.
why give
But
us a half baked? That's not, I don't like that. Oh well. Oh well.
I agree with you, but I'd rather it be good. So if they're taking their time to make sure it's good, I guess I can deal with that.
All right. Fine, Max.
And
Fine.
it's animated, so you don't have to worry about characters aging.
True. True. We'll see. Did you watch Arcane by any chance?
No, I haven't, but I will give it a shot. I'll give it another shot.
Give it a shot. It's the story is not easy to follow, at least for me, from my small mind. But
I remember it not being easy to follow.
especially with season one and season two coming after a couple years as well. And but the animation, I give it 10 out of 10. Just check it out. If it's not your cup of tea, that's fine. I won't give you a hard time. It's not everybody's cup of tea. So, anyways,
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on this new episode of Two Guys, a Screen and a Podcast. Happy New Year. And moving forward, if you like our content, like and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. And on YouTube, click that notification bell if you want any notifications on any new content that we share. I think that's what we need. I think we're ready. You good, Rami?
yep, let's do it.
All right. Well, thanks for listening and Happy New Year, everybody.